Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Emma T and Bela Improv Show. I am Emma T. When I say Emma, you say T. Emma T.
T.
Emma T.
T.
And this.
This is Bela. When you say my name, just make random hand signals and confuse anyone who cares about random hand signals.
Okay. So now we've introduced ourselves, it's time for the serious business of improv. Improvisation. Improv. Improvisation. I've gone to canigetter.com, where I've gone to get us a word which has been randomly generated for us, and Bela will read it from over 5,000 miles away.
Eh, eh, eh. Laziness?
Laziness. It is.
Laziness.
Yeah.
Ah, nice. Okay.
Okay.
I can definitely identify with this suggestion. I have to tell you that I have to admit I didn't read the book for the book club this month.
Oh, Jason, we've all read the book. I mean, nobody else has turned up. I'm sure they would have read it and wouldn't be, skiving because they haven't read it and they're just too embarrassed to admit it. Uh, but well, at least you're here.
Samantha, I want to let you know that I did try. I
Mm.
read the first chapter of the 85 chapters, and so I can at least discuss a little bit about the book.
No, no, it's fine. It was my turn to suggest a book. I take full responsibility for suggesting a book that obviously nobody wants to read properly or at all.
Samantha, Samantha, I don't want to have to like protect your ego. I need to be honest here. The reason I didn't read any further was because obviously it was a terrible choice.
Jason, I wrote that book.
You know, I didn't know that. I
I,
never
I
I
used a
didn't get to
pseudonym. But it's just the letters of my name rearranged.
I didn't know that. I didn't get to the about the author thing. I think that's at the end of the book once you finish the book. And if I had gotten to that, would I even known if it was you if you rearranged the letters? I mean, how was I supposed to know?
I rearranged the letters. I took, instead of Samantha, it said Sam. and,
I thought it was a man who wrote the book.
and then at the back there was a picture of me. Admittedly, not quite as well as clear as it could have been, but it should still have been identifiable.
You're right. You're right. I should have realized. I should have realized based on all of the crying that went on in the first chapter.
Mm.
I should have realized it was you. Honestly, I was like, how would a man write something that just has all the tears and crying? Even in the first chapter, we're not even in chapter two of the 85 chapters or whatnot, and there's already people bawling their eyes out. I should have realized. I should have realized it was you.
No, no, it's fine. Obviously, it's so awful you couldn't bear to read it. But we're here at book club now, and we've still got another 2 hours left. So there's probably enough time for us to it's just us to read through the book together, for some of it at least.
I can't. I can't. I
Well,
can't. I just honestly like when I got to the first chapter, when I got to the end of it, I was like, I can't go on. I would rather off myself
oh, oh,
and read more of that.
oh.
Um, Look, I should compliment Sandwich this. It, it is a published book. It is a published book. You have written apparently a published book. Why someone would publish it, who knows? But you have written a published book.
It was my
Worst,
dad. He works at the publishers.
who works at the publishers?
My own father.
That makes sense. I was going to say if it was a boyfriend, I wouldn't expect a boyfriend to do it.
Uh,
So
oh, oh,
not like you'd ever have a boyfriend. No,
okay.
but compliment sandwich.
Uh,
I should end with something positive, and chapter one was well named
okay, well, at least that's something.
because it was the first chapter.
Mm, mm.
I thought the chapter one when I read that that was as good as it got.
Oh, so you mean not the actual title of the chapter that I wrote underneath, just the fact it says chapter one, and then that's
And
it.
then it
Yeah.
kind of got worse from that point
Uh,
forward.
no, yeah, chapter one, the crying time. Yeah.
Look, I do want you to know that when I finished the chapter, I felt more like crying.
Oh, tears of happiness at my work.
No, 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 not
I'm
not
bringing
not not.
joy to.
Oh,
No. Oh, not tears of happiness. Mm,
no, no, not tears of actual.
despair.
I was going to say pain, but
Oh,
despair.
oh,
Well,
yeah. Oh,
you know,
okay,
like
well.
when you've had a root canal and
Mm,
they didn't give you enough Novocaine.
mm, yeah. Well,
Samantha, or should I call you Sam? Honestly, the other thing that's really making me uncomfortable here is that nobody else is here. I mean, if it was just me, I'm sure other people would be here to share this load of despair equally amongst us. But I 2 and 2 plus hours of this.
oh, I mean, 1 hour and 56 minutes left of the planned book club time. You know, the time for bonding, sharing ideas, and
Can I make a suggestion?
mm,
Let's go ahead and institute the rules of order for meetings where someone can suggest that we go home early and then someone else can second it and then we go home early.
okay, Jason, if you feel that way, then fine. You know the first rule of book club. This will be the second rule of book club.
Well, honestly, I've forgotten the first rule of book club, but is it
Don't.
you never bring your own
Oh,
book to book club or was it something else?
it's you never talk about book. You never talk about book club.
Well, maybe that's why nobody else is here, Samantha or Sam. What should I call you now? By your real name or by your assumed author name?
Well, fine. I'm going to choose another author name and I'm going to write a new book. It's called The Awful Book Club. Jason appeared at the Awful Book Club. He was a terrible, terrible person. Awful, awful. He hadn't even read the book. What an awful person. See picture of Jason. Smiley face, sad
Oh,
face, eyes, crying.
that was the other that was the other thing I just remembered.
Mm.
The crayon hand-drawn illustrations in the book. What? Why?
I, I wanted to do my own original artwork. It's important to me to express myself. This book was my life's work. Apart from this new book now that I'm writing, Jason continued to interrogate her. Jason held his hands to his mouth. Jason put his hands in a slightly different formation.
Oh, oh,
Jason.
Samantha. Um, ah, your new book seems like it's kind of hyper focused in on me,
Mm,
and generally, there's a little thing at the beginning of a book that says any similarity
mm.
between an actual person and the events herein described is completely coincidental. I don't feel as if what I'm hearing is coincidental?
Uh, it's just a very specific coincidence. There's a piece at the start of the book, he said, where it said any similarity to real events is coincidental. He said, no, maybe not. He said he described he described angrily described. Um,
You can just use the word said. It just kind of disappears. People don't notice it. You don't need all these cinnamons. Cinnamons. I said cinnamons. That's funny, right?
yeah, that's, he said cinnamons. I'm feeling a lot more light-hearted now. I think I,
There's something in your book that nobody's gonna cry about.
and I'm not crying whilst I'm writing it. I'm I'm feeling so light-hearted. I'm going to write a comedy, not about you, not about book club. Shh, don't talk about book club, but about the outside world.
Wow, something besides yourself and your own life. Yes, thank God.
Oh well, time's passed quickly. It looks like those 2 hours are up now. Well, that was the quickest 2 hours I've ever experienced, Jason.
Well, Samantha, I think you forgot that, well, since you picked the book this time, I get to pick the book next time.
Sure, Jason. Which book would you like?
The Holy Bible.
And that's our show.